my channel. This is your girl Emily with Emily Plants, and today is a special day. So today I actually had the honor of being the guest speaker at the Tawasi Federated Women's Club Spring Tea. So this club actually has a lot of history here in the Des Moines area, but also nationally. It is actually a part, and I have it right here, it is a part of the National Association of Colored Women's Clubs and Young Affiliates, or Youth Affiliates. So this is a club that was first organized back in the 60s, and it's nationally recognized, and it's just a really awesome platform for women of color, Black women specifically, to give back to their communities. So my mom is actually a member of this group, and so was my grandmother. And actually, I am going to be one of their newest members. So that will be 3 generations of Horton women will be in this organization, and I'm really excited. The speech that I gave today was about the importance of higher education. At this tea, they also did award some really awesome scholarships to 2 fabulous young ladies that are going to be taking that next step and going to college. So I'm actually really excited to have been a part of this today. It was very eye-opening, and just seeing so many wonderful, loving, strong, and educated Black women in the Des Moines community was just really fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some footage of the event and how everything went, and also my speech. So I will come back at the end just to kind of tell you a little bit about my experience, and then we'll go from there. So roll the footage.
Somebody I've known all of her life, and I'm very proud of her. Ladies, let me introduce you to Emily Johnson.
Good afternoon. As mentioned, my name is Emily Johnson, and I am honored to be here speaking at the annual Tawasi Federated Women's Club Spring Tea. When my mother, who just so happens to be a 2nd generation club member from my grandmother, Dublin Horton, when she said that this group of amazing women wanted me to speak today, my response was, "Are you sure?" She, in typical fashion, rolled her eyes and said, "Well, of course, silly. You've accomplished so much since you've graduated from college." I had to think about that for a moment. I graduated from Simpson College on September 17, 2008, with my Bachelor of Arts degree in Journalism and Mass Communication. I double minored in Sociology and Women's Studies, but they don't put that on your degree, so I just figured I would mention that for good measure. That was 14 years ago, though. What exactly had I accomplished in the last 14 years? How am I going to correlate that into a speech about the importance of higher education and the scholarships that you ladies raise money for every year? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is tell you something that will probably shock not only you, but also shocked my mother. I'm sorry. But I'm not gonna stand here and tell anyone that they should just go to college. Nope, not gonna do it, because students, when they are between the ages of 14 and 18, that's all they're told from their teachers, their counselors, their pastors, their friends, their aunts, their uncles. You need to go to college and you need to make something of yourself. How do I know? Because that's exactly what I heard. And so, while I did go to college and I have since achieved a lot of my goals over the last 14 years, I thought it would be more important to just say, you know what, maybe I'll just say what my story is, and then that will kind of show you all why I decided to make that decision for myself. So, picture it. It is September 2003. I'm a senior at the Roosevelt High School. It's still technically summer, and I am thoroughly enjoying being the proverbial top dog on campus, right? That's a lie. I still had braces. I was terrible at sports, and I knew that I would not get anything higher than a D in calculus that year. But I still felt amazing. I had a great group of friends, and we all agreed that that year, senior year, would be our year. And it was. It was an epic senior year, but something that I realized very quickly was that senior year would end in May, and I needed a plan for where I would be the following fall. Would I be in college somewhere? Would I still be living with my parents? Would I still be working retail? The majority of my friends had already taken the ACT and had received early acceptance letters to their choice colleges. So clearly I need to figure something out fast. So I did what any other high school senior does during crunch time. I procrastinated. I didn't apply to any colleges that fall semester. I did manage to take the ACT, and that October, I shocked the hell out of my parents and myself when I scored a 22 composite. In January 2004, I applied to two schools, the University of Iowa and Iowa State University. And I got waitlisted by both. Why did I get waitlisted? Because while a 22 composite score is a good score, a barely there 3.0 GPA is not gonna get you into college. So at that point, I could see myself working retail, and really that wasn't something that I wanted. And it's really funny how when you are faced with those kinds of challenges, all of a sudden you wanna do anything and everything you can to change that. So as I started researching schools that might accept me, my dad mentioned that I should visit and apply to his alma mater, Simpson College. Reluctantly, I did, and a week later, me and one of my best friends, Brittany, we made the 20-minute trip to Indianola together, and we both fell in love with the campus at the same time. For the first time, I saw a future that didn't include retail or living with my parents, though don't ask me where I live now, because I was completely irrelevant. A week later, after the visit, I did get the call. I had been accepted to Simpson College. It is still a day that I'll never forget, and while my time at Simpson had its ups and downs, my proudest moment was walking across the stage, knowing that I accomplished something that I didn't think I was going to be able to do the 4 years prior. I accomplished this because I worked hard, stayed focused, and even when I stumbled, I knew that finishing was the only option, and that's what I wanted for myself. So what about the last 14 years? What are some of those accomplishments? Well, there's really a lot to choose from, actually. I've had the opportunity to travel and live in various places like Madison, Wisconsin, Cheyenne, Wyoming, and even Yuma, Arizona. I had a successful 10-year career in the insurance industry where I worked for Fortune 500 companies like Nationwide, Allstate, and Progressive. I mean, I even won a free trip to Disney World. Like, free. I didn't have to pay for nothing. Because of the awesome performance that I did in my last year at Allstate. Another accomplishment that I had was making a career change at age 33 from insurance to higher education. Since then, I've had titles such as Assistant Director of Admissions at my alma mater, Simpson College, to my current position of Assistant Director of Reporting and Project Management at the Iowa State University of Science and Technology. I have also since then coordinated the first Admitted Student Day event, which brought over 1,200 students and families to campus. As a matter of fact, I'll be working towards my next goal this fall, as recently I was accepted into the Master of Arts in Communication program at Drake University. So I will officially be a Bulldog. I want you to know though that this list isn't complete. This list will continue to grow because I decided to go to college. I decided to invest in myself. Your decision, a student's decision to go to college should really be about the investment. That's the word that I would really love for you to encourage students to really focus on, investment. Higher education is something that will open doors for these students that were otherwise closed, especially Black women, like all of the women in this room right now. Higher education gives us the opportunity to be seen, to be heard, and to make changes that will benefit future generations. And again, I'm never gonna tell a student that they need to go to college. Instead, I'm only gonna ask them to invest in themselves. Their future, their lives, their dreams, they all matter. And only they can determine what's next in their lives. If you do wanna go to college, trade school, community college, I would definitely encourage students that for that investment, make a plan. Have a plan of action and start putting it to work as soon as that plan comes to fruition. I would also encourage these students, don't give up. No matter what, every decision that they make, starting at 14, 15, 16 years old, will have a direct impact into their future. So that is what I have to say. Again, I want to thank my mother and the women of the Tawasi Federated Women's Club here in Des Moines, Iowa, the opportunity to give this speech. And God bless. Thank you.
We really sincerely appreciate you so much for being here today. Your presence just lifts our spirit and our heart. Why? Because this is an organization. I did not know about the National Association of Colored Women's Clubs until I moved to Des Moines, Iowa, matter of fact, it was 23 years in June. And she is leading the local club, and I'm leading the organization from a state perspective. But here's the thing. When I got here, there were many more clubs. I don't know about many, but there were multiple clubs across the state. And so we dwindled, but this is an organization that is founded, sister historian, 1800s, late 1800s, National Association of Colored Women's Club. Our history as Black women being on the front lines of change and doing things started over over 100 years ago now. Yes, because we're in the 2000s. And so Tawasi is holding on. And she is still a presence in this community under the awesome leadership of Sister Rose. And we, yes. And so you being here encourages us. And it helps us to stay the course. We do the scholarships. We're small in numbers. We're an aging organization, not just locally. So you young women in the house, you young women in the house, purpose. Something that, I'm back in school and I'm gonna shut up in a little bit. But I'm doing a class. And my sister back there, Sister Carr, she's always encouraging me because I'm up late at night and sometimes she's on the phone with me and she'll hear me going tap, tap, tap. And she's like, you doing homework? And I'm like, yeah, I am, but you're an encouragement because a lot of times I'll ask her questions or whatever. And so, but here's the thing, I did an assignment and so it was about instilling hope. And the professor, in his comments back to me, he said something I want you to be to remember, and it was meaning plus purpose equals hope. Meaning plus purpose equals hope. National Association of Colored Women's Club is meaning. There's deep meaning there. We have a purpose. At the local level, it is we love, we lift, and we lead. At the national level, it's about lifting as we climb. We have a purpose. And our purpose is to serve specifically in our community, but any at-risk or underserved community. So meaning plus purpose equals hope. We are, this organization, we are acute hope for a tomorrow. And we're going to stay the course, and we invite you to join us. Join us in this process of making change and giving hope in this community. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you again. Thank you again.
Okay, so as you guys saw, that was the event. It was a beautiful event, from the prayer to the song selection. It was just wonderful, and I really took the time to write my speech. I didn't want it to be something to where, to other adults, this is how you tell kids to go to college. I didn't want that. I really wanted it to be, you need to invest in yourself, and higher education, if that's what you choose, that could be a really good investment for you, especially if there's some career longevity and some goals that you do have. I think we can all remember when we were 17, 18 years old, having it drilled into us why we needed to go to college. And I don't necessarily think that that's the perfect thing to do. So again, it was just a fantastic event, and I'm so honored to have been able to give that speech today, and also to have just so many wonderful women in the community here. I'm really excited to join the club, do some more membership drives to get more women of Black women and women of color like myself that are we're in our 30s, and we're definitely wanting to do things to where we can get back to the community. Though that's definitely what I'm looking forward to. So yeah, and then I think there's a picture of there, but this was the program. It was so pretty because their club colors are purple and white. So it was a fantastic event. Anyway, that's all that I have for you guys. I will be sure also to link in the description just some more information about not only the Tawasi Club, but also the National Association of Colored Women's Clubs. There are a lot of them all over the country. There's probably a Tawasi Club in your area too, so you might want to check them out if that's something that you're interested in joining and having that opportunity to get back to your community. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure that if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos, more content on my channel that's really in reference to planners, books, and craft projects, make sure you do hit the subscribe button. And then also hit that notification bell so that way you will be notified when I put up another video. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Hope you're having a great, wonderful, and blessed day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.